Sharks. For hundreds of millions of years, they've ruled the oceans with stealth and power. Their bodies are engineered by evolution, streamlined, efficient, and deadly when needed. Yet, these ancient survivors are more than just predators. They are guardians of the deep, shaping entire marine ecosystems from the top of the food chain. But ask the average person what comes to mind when they hear shark, and the answer is likely fear. Panic, blood in the water. This isn't a story about man-eating monsters. This is a journey to uncover the truth behind the myths, to explore our tangled history with sharks, from admiration and reverence to fear and destruction, and to ask, how can we redefine our relationship with one of the ocean's most important creatures before it's too late? Long before the first scuba tank was invented, humans had already formed powerful images of sharks. In Polynesian and Hawaiian cultures, sharks were aumakua, ancestral spirits believed to watch over families, guiding them and even warning them of danger. They were seen not as enemies, but as divine protectors. In ancient Hawaii, feeding certain sharks was part of religious ritual. Fishermen would toss offerings into the sea, believing that by honoring these creatures, they ensured safety and abundance. The ancient Greeks described great sea creatures, part myth and part observation, in their writings. Though they may not have fully understood what they saw, they recognized the power and mystery of the ocean's rulers. July 1916, a heatwave grips the eastern United States. Families flee the cities and head to the beaches of New Jersey to escape the sweltering heat. But their seaside holiday would soon turn into a national horror story. Between July 1st and July 12th, 5 people were attacked by sharks, 4 of them fatally. One attack even occurred miles inland in a tidal creek. The randomness and rapid succession of the incidents stunned the public. For the first time in American history, sharks dominated the headlines. Newspapers fanned the flames of panic, printing sensational stories like "Shark Devours Boy Before Eyes of Playmates" and "Terror Stalks the Jersey Shore." President Woodrow Wilson was briefed on the situation. Congress discussed shark control measures. Local authorities dynamited the waters and offered rewards for every shark killed. Though the attacks were likely the result of a rogue bull shark or great white, the science took a backseat. A new narrative had been born: sharks as deliberate, bloodthirsty killers. In 1975, the world met a new kind of movie monster. Not from outer space or ancient myth, but from the ocean just off our shores. Steven Spielberg's Jaws was more than a film. It was a cultural earthquake. The story of a great white shark terrorizing a small beach town struck a primal chord. The film's iconic theme music, just 2 notes, signaled dread for millions of moviegoers. But Jaws did more than entertain. It planted deep psychological fear. Suddenly, people avoided the beach. Some refused to go into pools. And the fear spilled into reality. Across the US and beyond, shark fishing soared. Hundreds of sharks were killed, not for food, but for sport. People wanted trophies. People wanted revenge. Jaws wasn't alone. In its wake came a flood of shark horror films: Deep Blue Sea, The Meg, Sharknado. Fiction blurred with fact. Fear trumped understanding. But how dangerous are sharks, really? Globally, there are fewer than 100 shark attacks per year. Of those, only a handful are fatal. More people are killed annually by toasters, selfies, or vending machines than by sharks. The truth is, most sharks want nothing to do with humans. We are not their natural prey. Surfers and swimmers are sometimes mistaken for seals or fish, especially in murky water. But these cases are rare and accidental. Marine biologists studying shark behavior describe them as cautious, even shy. Many species, like the hammerhead or whale shark, are completely harmless to humans. And yet, the fear remains. Why? Because fear is easier to market than understanding. But if we push past the fear, we discover something remarkable: sharks are essential to life in the ocean. While the fear of sharks has been wildly exaggerated, the threat humans pose to sharks is all too real. Each year, up to 100 million sharks are killed, many targeted specifically for their fins. The demand for shark fin soup, a delicacy in some cultures, has led to brutal practices. Sharks are caught, their fins cut off, and the still-living bodies tossed back into the sea. Others are caught as bycatch, unintentional victims of industrial fishing. Still more are hunted for sport, curiosity, or trophies. As apex predators, sharks regulate marine life, preventing overpopulation of species lower on the food chain. Their absence leads to imbalances that ripple through entire ecosystems. In short, a world without sharks is a world out of balance. Unfortunately, a new narrative is emerging, one of protection, not persecution. Around the world, conservationists, scientists, and everyday citizens are fighting to save sharks. Marine protected areas are being established where sharks can breed and thrive without human interference. Innovative tagging and tracking programs are helping scientists learn more about shark behavior, migration, and breeding habits, key knowledge for saving endangered species. Ecotourism has become a powerful tool for change. In places like the Bahamas and South Africa, tourists now pay to dive with sharks, bringing economic value to living animals rather than dead ones. Education is also playing a critical role. Organizations like Shark Trust and Project Aware work with schools, governments, and communities to teach the truth about sharks. The more we learn, the more we see, sharks aren't villains. They're vital. Our relationship with sharks is one of extremes: myth, fear, reverence, and now, responsibility. We cannot undo centuries of misinformation overnight, but we can change the future. By educating ourselves, supporting conservation, and refusing to let fear define our actions, we can foster coexistence. The ocean is a vast, interconnected world, and sharks are its guardians. Protecting them is not just about saving a species, it's about preserving an entire ecosystem. So the next time you hear the word shark, pause. Look past the jaws and the headlines. See the truth, see the beauty, and remember, we need sharks more than they ever needed us. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Join us in spreading awareness and preserving the truth about sharks and the oceans they protect.